Hi everyone, I'm just getting my thingy starting. Sorry. Ahem. I'm just a little sliver here on the side of my screen, which is all we need. Good evening. It's not morning. I'm very confused. I'm so tired. Hello. Welcome. Today I actually planned this all out long before the Philly show and then forgot to post it. So it's kind of a last minute reminding posting, but we have it here and I have stuff that I wanted to share with you and just chat with you. So, hello! Look at this awesome chat room. Thank you guys so much for coming so that I don't talk to myself. I do it anyway, but you know, it's more fun when you're here with me. So, I have goodies. Look at this. Oh, and I even made notes in my plotter. Very impressive. Now, first up, I hope you are all doing very well. And if you are not, let's try to pick up your spirits some right now, this hour. There's a hair in my eye, I think. So, we drove back from the Philly show yesterday. Usually it's like 8.5 hours. I think it took us like 11 just because it was really snowy, but that's fine. We made it home safely. And I unpacked everything. I put in laundry. I put away clean laundry. I am epic. And then I slept for like 14 hours. So I've only been awake for like 6 hours today, but it's been a busy day. So here we go. Let's talk about the Philly show. Let me share some updates. Look at this sweet tote. I did not do the tote. It was actually one of the other volunteers. And so I just wanted to show it to you. I got a tote. And so we're going to fold it. It's a recycled organic cotton, which is really good for the earth. Also, it turns out that I really needed it because I thought I packed very lightly. And it turns out that I didn't. And I needed a place to carry all my stuff. I don't know where I should start. Should I start with the goods or should I start with the nibbage? Let's do the nibbage. Let's talk about nibbage. Nibbage is the pen show program for Philly. Why am I talking about this? Because I'm involved in it. So many hours went into making this, and so I'm very proud of it, and I just wanted to show it to you. So all weekend pass holders got a copy, and then day pass holders for Friday and Saturday, they got copies until we ran out. And so it's just really cool. That's me. And so here is nibbage. We had a sticker page, and also I put some stamps on my sticker page. And I wrote something about myself, which is a little embarrassing, but that's okay. And then there's like a show schedule. There's the cast. Here's the end of my rings. We have a show map. We have seminars. I did a couple seminars. We could talk about those a little. Future shows, some food places, a lovely piece of art, and a little article on collecting. This is the best page. But let me show you the back because I really wanted the Shicker Turtle picture here because it's so pretty. Oh, this is me too. This is my art. Clearly I was involved. But here is the autographs page, and it was very fun, and it's like having a yearbook. And sometimes, for example, Mike, Inkdependence, haha, I signed your crack. So it's very comical and very childish and fun, and it's really fun to just sign everybody's nibbages in the evenings, and like it's just cool. So I enjoyed that, and so this is one of my favorite things. So nibbage is really fun. I just wanted to show it to you. Okay, look, let's go through my list. I have an organized list. I was very sensible, I think we could say. Thank you. This is my Inkvent picture from this year's Inkvent, and it was the first ink, so it's the Baltic Breeze. And when I was doing nibbage with Eric, he says to me, okay, well, just send me all the pictures that you have. So I scanned all 25 and I sent them all to him, and he picked the first one. And I should have it took me forever to scan them because it was manual. But I'm glad you like it. And now that it occurs to me, there's a couple more things that we did at Philly, and it was really fun. So I'm going to just open the Philly account so I remember to show it to you. Wait. Okay, it didn't happen. Let me just show it to you. Here's one of the things. I had it ready. So it is this backdrop. It was an 8 by 10 foot banner, and people could take pictures in front of it. And so it was just really fun, and I thought it would be cool. And so if you check out the Philly account, there's a couple other people using it. And one of the more recent pictures, there was a dog. Somebody brought their dog, and he was so beautiful. And if you look in the picture, he's a black German Shepherd, so he's like blended in. But he was so good, and just obviously everybody wanted to pet him. And because he was young, they were still training him, and he was just so good. So that's exciting. Okay, let's look what I have here at the things. Okay, here's my list. On my list, we have Philly Pen Show, Tote, and Nibbage. I wanted to go in some kind of order of what I did, but I'm not going to. I'm going to just go in the order of what I have. I purchased this, which is, thank you, yes, thank you. It is very on brand. It is the Model 31 in it's a Stormwinds material, but I don't know which one it is. And I'm going to blame Kimberly of all the hobbies, because I was looking at the table and there was a nice like pinky orange, not like this. And I was just looking at it, and she says, oh, wait. And then just reaches under the table, and she's like, this one is yours. I know you're going to leave with this one. And I gave her the dirtiest look, and I was like, I hate you so much right now. I will take it. So obviously I got this one. And then I actually got a nib that I don't have and have never used. It is the Nagahara broad. Wait, did I say Nagahara? Yeah, it was. Broad cursive italic. So I'll show you two after. I also got a pad of paper. I have not tried this paper in a really long time. Like when I go to shows, I write on the paper. But I got one of sorry. I got one of the blank ones so that we can like play on a little bit. So we could do that. And I got this pen, which is, oh my gosh, I totally forgot I organized this. Hang on, look. Here's the gray pads. So the pad was $13, which is really good. This pen, I really want to show it to you. So this one I'm about to show you. This is the Sapphire, and it is Septagonal. So if I wrote, you could see the facets. So it's their Model 66. So if you remember the Model 66 Stabilis, it just had the one flat side. This has all the sides. So I'm very excited about this. And it has a music nib on it, and I eyedroppered it. So you can see the ink moving. So we're going to try that. And I got a converter. Actually, my friend bought this for me. And it is made by Quilly Pigs. It is incredible. So she painted these crows, and she said, I don't want to just do like a dark blue and a black. I want more color in it, like the way they reflect when they're flying. And so she added some color. So I think that's really beautiful. I have, it felt like a lot when I was writing this list, but now I'm feeling very sensible. Like I'm feeling like I did really well. Like I feel good. I feel like I did really well. Let me show you some random things. On Friday, Wendi Sue of Fountain Pen News helped me, aka brought all the supplies because she is a genius and I'm not. So we did the nib wipe workshop, build your own nib wipe. And this was the one she made for me. So everybody got to pick their cloth, they got to pick their charms and accessories, and then we built nib wipes. So that was amazing. So here's mine. And I've got, so she also brought stickers. I'm going to link to everybody, so I'll put the links in the caption at the end of the, sorry, in the description at the end of the stream. But look at these stickers. They're her little blobbies, and she gives them names, which is so cute. And she signed my nibbage. In my nibbage, she signed mine, and she named my blob Tad. So I think that's amazing. I'm into that name. It felt suitable. Yes, you could use your t-shirt, but sometimes you don't want to make a mess. Apparently. Or something. I don't know, like maybe. I got stickers, and we got stickers. We got our Drew sticker. We have a Please Don't Touch Me Prickly Cactus sticker. Yeah, I can get that. I got my ink patch, and I've got, hang on, in my little pouchy here, I got this pouch from Marty's Table, so it's the Rickshaw San Francisco pouch. I've got my Penquisition chip from All the Hobbies. I got the Proud Pen Addict pin. And from Pen Realm, I got my Philly Pen Show 2025 Love Nib. So this is a Bach double broad, and he just smoothed it out for me, although it didn't really need anything. But we've got that. And then I have, don't worry, there's more. I have 4 ink samples. I got 4 ink samples from Inkdependence, and these are his new colors. So we can swatch these and see what they look like. It's Toe Beans, Hens and Chicks, Mr. Nose's Peepers. I'm very excited about this. And Navy Beans. So obviously these are based on cats. And then I have 2 special pens. So Stationery Universe, this Tori, she was actually on Gourmet Pens and Friends. She was first. So that was ages ago. And so I have 2 of her pens, obviously. And so the first one, let me see. So the first one, this is the River City Pen Co. collaboration. I have the dip nib holder from this. And so I'm just borrowing this one to play with it and share with you. So this is the Waves of Neptune pen. And I will link to it down below. And I got to show you the finial. So it's the little metal one, but it's rainbow. Like, it's not just plain. I'm very into that. And we have her Mayfair pens collaboration. This is the Star of Earendil. Very beautiful. And if you look at the nib, I don't know if you could see this. You're going to have to look really close. Right in the middle, there's a little tiny, tiny nib in the middle of the star. So the star was based on Tolkien's sketches from his books. And I told her, this pen does not get done justice in pictures, because it's, like, in pictures it might look more flat, but it's really quite radiant. So, we have that. And last but not least, I know this seems really gross. I know, I was very sensible. Last but not least, we have my Monarch, which I obviously could not leave without. So, Schon did the, he called them the mini stubs. So it's a stub on the front, and on the back it's a generous architect type thing. Similar to the fine architect I have, but not. And also it could be the same nib, and I would get it anyway because I like it. So this is the one I picked. It's kind of like a green yellow, which is my color for the last while. A lot of my pens are inked with that. And I put it in a White Bear pens just because I wanted to. I know they don't match, but I wanted to. So that's the nib. See, this was reasonable, right? This is where I need to have people in the room with me saying, yeah, totally reasonable. Because at the time, I thought I was... No, it's not reasonable. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot. I got a lot of stuff. That's a great question. I'm assuming you're asking about the Monarch, if the Monarch is worth it. So the plain one, the one that is not here, I've got one for example. The one that is not anodized is like this. So that's the one I had planned to get. But then I went and I saw the pretty green and I didn't want to leave with it. Nick, do not feel bad, because if you think about it, it's not that I'm not poor, I'm just stupid and make very fiscally irresponsible choices. So that's how it goes. But no, I'm very fortunate to be in this position, and of course one of these will go back. I'll probably keep one. So it's only slightly insane, if that makes you feel better. Slightly. And I bought this one without the nib, and so I got the like no nib discount. And then obviously like these were gifts, and just keep justifying it, Gourmet pens. You keep going. Here's the notebook that I took with me, and so I did a bunch of doodles with it. But let's see what these inks look like. Okay, let me catch up. That was the haul. It's very reasonable. So sorry, I was weird when I ran into you. Well, I can say that I don't think anything was weird, if that helps. It's honestly, it's totally fine. Okay, yeah. Yes, so I wish I could highlight things here. Can I? No, I can't. Unless I pin it. So Ian learned from Gina that it's actually a cursive italic. Yes, that is what I thought, because I'm pretty sure I wrote that somewhere in my notebook. While he was talking, I was like, no, this isn't a stub. This is a cursive italic. So the question is, where did I put it? And one has to be careful when looking back in one's notes, in one's notebook, because one might have written things. You know, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's just validating for me. So should we start with the swabbies? Yes. Yes, we should. Let's do toe beans. Let's do toe beans. So toe beans. Okay, so before I forget, because I'm obviously very excited and I'm a little scattered still, just to thank everyone who I did get to see and chat with at the show. If you did take time out of your show experience to come say hi to me, I really appreciate that, and that's very sweet of you. Because I know, I mean, you've got things to do, you have shopping, you want to explore, and so I appreciate your time and effort coming to see me. Weird is wonderful. Thank you. This is a very reasonable haul. And also this year I will not be attending as many pen shows, so I kind of feel a little justified in my I was going to say in my stupidity, but in my generosity with myself. That's a nice way of putting it, right? So this is Inkdependence and Pannonia. Okay, I am very into this color. So this one is called Navy Beans. I'm gonna do the spreading first. Yes, this is Link's sword. Thank you very much. We've got so we've got the Navy Beans. Let's do toe beans next. So toe beans is similar, but this one is, hang on, let me make sure that I mix it a little bit, because I know this one is more, so this one's inspired by black cat toe beans. So black cats often have black toe beans, but then there's like little pink bits that peek through. So I'm going to let that dry because I know there's a surprise in there. We're going to call this toe beans. Let that dry. I really like what Franklin-Christoph is doing with their explorations of colors, and this is not generally my color. Like, this is, I think it's, like, I would glance at this and think, oh, that's pretty, but not really stop and look at it. But this is pretty spectacular. It's not a light blue. I wish I had my Maya blue within reach, but this one's darker and somehow more rich. So it's very nice, and I did not want to leave without it. And considering I started with this, I think it's safe to say it's got to be really spectacular to keep my attentions. Okay, this one is Hens and Chicks. So let's let that dry. Sorry, I'm a little off my game, but only because I'm still tired. I'll be back in the swing of things very soon. Hens and Chicks. Or I will remain not. We'll see. And then Mr. Nose's Peepers. Mr. Nose is Audrey's and Mike's cat who recently passed away. And if you look at Mike's Instagram, you'll see one of his more recent photos is a really nice picture of Mr. Nose. And he has big green eyes, and they were, you know, when you look into an animal's eyes, like, they've got all sorts of, like, their eyes are just so much more complicated. And so Mr. Nose had like streaks of violet in his eyes, so this ink is inspired by Mr. Nose's eyes. So Mr. Nose's Peepers. Okay, so while the other one's dry, what is the Tatcha? What Tatcha? Nice, what? Oh, not me. You're not talking to me. Sorry. Sorry, I just looked up. Okay. Did you miss the Monarch Parade? Yes. It was a parade of one. Thank you very much. So, navy beans. Absolutely spectacular. I am very into this. And the inks were made by Pannonia, and I am a big fan of Pannonia. Just fantastic, fantastic quality. So, Hens and Chicks. That's interesting. A medium green. It almost looks like there's shimmer in there, but it's a very little bit. Like, it's not excessive. Okay, so here's the thing. I wanted this to dry some more. So they have so the navy beans is just like a plain navy beans, and then toe beans is a dark navy beans, and then when it dries, when this eventually dries, it's gonna be a little pink, because when the pink peeps through, that's like when you've got black cat toe beans. So we're gonna let that dry. So it's gonna look like a bit of a sheen on top. And then we have Mr. Nose's Peepers, which is absolutely gorgeous. This is a radiant meadow green. And let me see if I can get the angle, because it's still drying, with like the purple shimmer in there. So I like these. I'm going to end up with bottles. Yeah, I'm going to end up with bottles. I also have not been buying more ink, and then I do. What part of cat is Hens and Chicks? I don't know. What do you think I am? Oh, it's probably his plant. Because they actually do have lots of plants. Hang on. I'm going to go look at his account. When we were talking about this, we did not talk about the Hens and Chicks. We only talked about the cat ones. So that would make sense. Okay. I'm lazy. I don't want to keep scrolling. Somebody else look it up for me. It does look like the plant. Hens and Chicks are very cute, though. Okay, these are not inked yet. I don't even know what to ink them with. So help me out. Pen number 1 is this one. So if you could put like a 1 and then some kind of ink suggestion, and then a 2 and then an ink suggestion, then I can see if I have something that would be worthy. Like this one I could find stuff because it's got the greens and the blues that I like and have a lot of, but this one is gonna be tough, which is part of the fun. So I'll put them here, and then I will show you the monarch a bit more, and then we can look at that a bit more. So I'm gonna just zoom in a bit. Sorry, I really need to have a less janky setup. Okay, so this monarch, very interesting. So from the side, you could see like even from the bottom too, you could see that it's wide at the bottom, and then it's got that broad, stumpy back end. That's what she said. Okay, I like your suggestions coming in here. So let's say, no, I don't want to write it in this notebook. I'm gonna write it in my plotter. Okay, so pen 1 and then pen 2. Okay, so pen 1, we've got Lucky Cosmos. I do have Lucky Cosmos. And pen 2, Golden Barrel. This ink is almost empty, but that's fine. Berry Pie ink. That would be nice contrast with this one. Okay, Berry Pie. And is it satin? Is which one satin? The nib? Yes. Yes, the monarch is satin. This is my... Yeah. I don't know why. I was really into the satin. It's the satin finish that made me pick this over the plain one, which is a little more affordable. So, Sailor Ink Oh, I do have Studio 770. Or someone does in the house. Honeybee. I don't have Honeybee. I know that for sure. Diamond Candlelight. That would have been one of the ink vents, right? Okay. Yes. Hey, Michelle. Michelle. Oh my God, poor Michelle. Oh, Michelle. I hope I didn't poorly influence you. I know you got your Operex pen. Congratulations. I know that was a good choice. Yes, I got this monarch this weekend. I am very excited. I do not need another monarch, but here we are. Can you see the color shift in this light? Probably not, because I'm using my overhead lights. So actually this light makes it look quite blue. Well, maybe you could see it. Where the light's reflecting, it kind of... I mean, it looks yellow, so it's supposed to look a bit yellow. But it's really hard to show it in this light. I'm going to have to take a better picture of it somehow. You know what? I totally understand. Now, the thing with the monarchs is Ian will continue to come up with new ones. And also, occasionally, they're on the used market. So if that helps, like sometimes you can get one at a discount, or like somewhat of a discount. Okay, I'm switching to a different paper because I don't want to use that. So we're going to use my snap pad so I can write with my monarch. Okay, so the front end. So yeah, at first he said it was a stub, but it is definitely a cursive italic because see those lines and the variation there. It's pretty stark, and I had a calligrapher and nib grinder tell me this. This is the best way to determine the difference between a stub and a cursive italic. The contrast here should be quite clean. Like, it would be very much from thin side strokes to broad downstrokes. I don't know what it's focusing on. I need to get a better setup for that. Okay, so you asked if it was worth it. The Monarch is worth it. It depends. Now, is it worth it in terms of the research and development and time and effort and heart that has gone into it? I do believe so. Is it inexpensive? Absolutely not. Is it something that everyone will love? No. But I am so fascinated by the way they feel and the way they function. If you ever have the opportunity to talk to Ian Schon at a pen show, you will be blown away by his enthusiasm and interest in the community, and like excited about the things that he is doing, but also how the community receives what he is doing. Like, he's really interested in feedback, and I thoroughly enjoy them. It's weird because I generally used to be someone who liked really, really soft, bouncy nibs, and these are not soft or bouncy, but the writing experience is so unusual because of the shape of the nib, and it's so consistent. Like, he puts in a lot of work to each nib to get a certain writing experience from it, and so I find it remarkable. It's in one of my first Monarch reviews, I talk about it feeling like a pencil, and it does in a really good way. Like, it's very, I don't know if you can hear this. Like, it sounds scratchy, but it's not. It's just very tactile feedback. And one of the things I love, it has a titanium housing. So let me pull out a clean one here. Okay, so I have a lot of Yobos, a lot of pens with Yobo, and I have been tallying in a bag my broken Yobo feeds or collars, and I'm up to something like 24 of them now, which is pretty obscene, which is also very annoying because it's not inexpensive to replace those. And I also don't really expect the makers to replace them because it's not really their fault. So it's just sitting in a bag, and I'm annoyed. The Monarch has a fully titanium housing. I do not have to worry about this thing cracking randomly on me. And obviously, there's a price difference, but it's just something that, to me, it says this is going to last, whereas my Yovo collars, I expect that I'm going to be replacing all of them at some point, if not multiple times. So, yes, it is a stiff writing experience. It is stiff, but it's really weird. It's not in a bad way. Like, it's just that it's so, like, the design, like the way he designed it, it's like it absorbs the pressure you're putting into it so evenly that it's remaining stiff, but in a way that allows you to have a consistent handwriting, like consistent ink flow. Like, it's so interesting to me, and I really like to support good folks, and I mean, we're really lucky to have someone doing something so innovative, I think. And if you don't like it, it's totally fine. I know there's a lot of people who think they're gimmicky or too expensive. They're absolutely expensive, but they're very cool. So, you know, why not have some fun, right? Okay, so hello, Jello. Okay, so there we have Le Monarch. You're most welcome. I'm glad that my rambly description is useful. This guy is the broad cursive italic. I need to both clean it and ink it, re-ink it. This ink is quite dry, and also it's empty. So I know this looks weird. I'm actually rotating my nib because I prefer to write with my crisper italics rotated. Why? I don't know. I just like how it feels. Okay. Is your Simone, is your Monarch with, are you writing with a converter or a cartridge, or are you eyedroppered? And what tipping, like what size is yours? Do you have like the fine, the medium, a broad, or like one of the stubs or something? Just let me know, and then we can kind of think about that. This, okay, so I eyedroppered this and haven't written with it since, so we're gonna get the ink going. I mean, I did it like 10 minutes ago. No, like 2 hours ago. But okay. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Huh. I forgot that that's the ink that I used. Yes, I was just going to say you can absolutely send it back to him for adjustment. He will adjust it, and he will not be upset about adjusting it, because he will definitely want to make sure that your Monarch is writing the way you would like it to write, so long as it's within the profile of the way a Monarch writes. Like, I mean, if you send a Monarch back and say, I want it to flex, it's just not going to happen. But if you say, I need more ink flow, he will adjust everything for you to try to get it to be what you're hoping for. I know Pertinux in the chat, she bought one this weekend as well, and it wasn't, it just wasn't writing the way she wanted in terms of was it the smoothness? Perhaps if she's still in the chat, she could fill you in. But she went back to his table during the show, and he adjusted it until it was what she was looking for. And he was very interested in doing it. Like, he was interested in finding out what she was, like what feeling she was looking for, and like how he fixed it. So, okay, you're using a converter, a medium on the right, fine on the reverse. Okay, medium on the. So two things is, what pen do you have it on? That also makes a difference, and I will ramble about why in just a minute. And if you can get to a pen show, I would definitely take it with you. Oh. Did I overfill this? Absolutely. Can you tell? Yes. I filled my ink up to here and then just shoved the nib into it. Yeah, it absolutely can happen where it's just a little bit dry, and he can fix it because he does adjust every feed to each nib, and it just might not be what you like. So this is Spanish blue. My hand is so hot, like I'm sweating like crazy, so as you can see. Okay, that's very wet. So I'm going to put that over there to dry. Is it normal that it blobs? When I fill it this much, yes. Am I going to fill it less? No. Okay, so this is the, how do you spell septagonal? Septagonal. And then this is why I like my pens overly wet and eyedroppered, because I like to use the back side. And then the ink I used is actually the Franklin-Christoph Spanish Blue, which is very lovely. It's one of the eyedropper bottles that I had, and I was like, I'll do this instead of pouring it. Okay, so you've got it in a Walltown. Okay, I would take it to him for adjusting, because that means he's not. I was only asking because if you had it in one of Ian's pens, the bodies have O-rings, and if you're using a converter, you don't need the O-ring here because it'll actually inhibit the air exchange. So this is something that I learned from him, and not just me making things up. Although it could be also me making things up. But yeah, take it to him, and he'll definitely fix it. I think he tunes them to be a certain level of wetness and dryness, and if it's, some people just have different preferences. I would want mine super juicy, so I wouldn't feel bad about taking it back to him. Maybe just send him an email to let him know, and he'll advise accordingly. The difference is, like, if you get a Mont Blanc, it doesn't write the way you want. You have to send it in, and you have, like, 7 days or 14 days to do it. And then you get to pay a nibmeister to do it. If your nib doesn't write correctly with Ian, you could bring it back 3 years later, and he'll be like, let's fix it. So, I think it's pretty cool. Yes, the spiral... This is not mine. I don't want to show it off because I'm going to fall in love with it. This is a... Schon Dsgn. This is one of the Ultim spirals he did years ago. So like 2 Baltimores ago, maybe 3. And this is the nib I... Okay, here's the 2 nib options I had. Oh no. Oh no, I like them both so much. But I ended up with this one because I really am into green right now. But oh no. Oh noes. You put it in my hand, you may not get it back. Just kidding. That only applies to some people. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh no, I'm incriminating myself. I was going to say criminalizing myself, but that's not the word. That's not the word we're going for. Now I'm just doodling. Okay, so I haven't decided what inks I'm going to use yet for the Stationery Universe pens, but I will do a full video on these. Maybe next Monday I'll do these, like I'll play with these. And then I could actually pick a really particular ink. I've written down a couple of the suggestions, but I need to do this during the day, I think, so that I can really observe the colors. Like, I feel like this one needs a studio that has a purple that leans blue or something. Almost like a Nekoyanagi or something like that. Also, I'm hungry. It's my bubble tea. I have jellies in it. Nobody cares. How are you all doing? Do you want to tell me stuff? I hope you guys are doing well. I mean, you know. I really feel like buffalo wings. The blue pen. You mean this one? Or this one? They're both blue. I'm going to guess this one because it was your most recent question. This is the Stationery Universe River City collaboration pen. And I can even show you because I spent time, too much time probably, figuring it out. It is this, the Waves of Neptune. So she first released this as a dip pen. And I mean, a lot of people love the material, but just don't want another dip pen. So she did a fountain pen. So she has a few left. Anyway, I also really like this background. My gosh, that looks fun. So anyway, I'll hide this. Simone, from what I understand, and not to out this, you have a Discord? I only know this because you're very popular, if you don't already know that. But you're very popular and have a lot of fans, and everybody knew each other through the Discord. And I got to meet so many awesome people from your Discord. Did she have it in Philly? She did, actually. She did. So that's where I picked mine up, so I'm surprised. But she might not have had them out the whole time. Maybe. If you come back this way, you can always play with this one because I'm going to send one of them back to her. So if this is the one you like, you can always just take this one. Just saying. And, okay, let's see. Freezing your butt off in Saskatoon. My girlfriend lives in Winnipeg, and she sent me the weather forecast. And I also grew up in Winnipeg. I'm so sorry for what you're experiencing in that cold. That must be not fun. John, you had the day off. Strong winds in Southern California. Yeah, yeah. John, I have your order. I didn't have a chance to send it before I left because I wanted to fulfill your note request. And so I needed a bit more time before I left for the show. So I will have that out to you as soon as possible. Strings and Pedals doing great, coming up with silly ideas with Dustin the Banana Idea Man. Did I say that right? Banana Idea. Banana Idea. Idea Nana? Maybe? Okay, banana idea. I like that. Chicago is not too far away. Philly is very nice, I just have to say. It is cold out. Molly, do I buy my pens mostly at pen shows? You recently moved from a city with a decent pen store to Philly. I think most of my purchases will now be mostly at shows. I buy pens online and in stores. I buy a lot of used pens online. That is more so where I buy my pens, my used pens. In pen shows is where I purchase pens that I like to pick. Like, so, like something where it's, you get to pick from a whole bunch of different blanks. So something like this where there's 10 different rods and they all look a little different. I would like to pick this in person. And so you're in Philly now, but you're close to some cool stuff now. And oh, that's very fortunate. But if you're being strategic about what you're buying and what you're looking for, I actually think that's really a great idea, is to just buy at shows, because that gives you the opportunity to really plan it out and be more mindful of what you're looking for, what you're gonna get. So I think that's a good strategy. Nothing wrong with it. It's a really good idea. Yes, please share your Discord link. Can you also share it with me? I would love to. Plain water. Can 9 people please buy the Stationery Universe pen so I can't? Okay, so 9 people, you have to buy it before Plain Water does. You're scared of shipping expensive pens. If you're buying from, well, most people will ship a pen that is expensive insured. You can also get it overnighted, UPS'd. Most people have a lot of experience in shipping valuable pens, and it's usually okay. There's certainly horror stories where something happens. It's inevitable, but for the most part, it's okay. So I wouldn't let that hold you back too much. And whoever or wherever you're buying from, you can always talk to them about your shipping concerns, and for the most part, they'll have pretty solid shipping options that will get it to you safely. Banana idea and duxecutioner. That is hilarious. I love that. So I guess, Dustin, the question is the duck your favorite animal, or is a banana your favorite animal? Oh, that doesn't sound right. What is your favorite animal? Please share your favorite animals with me, and I'm going to try to draw one. Because nothing has ever gone wrong when I, who cannot draw, have tried to draw something. I say with absolute certainty. I really want to ink this. Like right now. It could be with anything at this point. I don't even know. It could be anything. So maybe... I don't want to eyedropper it. Guinea pig. You're... Oh my gosh, raccoon, giraffe. Okay, I could draw a giraffe. It might not look really good, but I can. I'm going to move this. I'm going to bring back my snap pad. I don't think officially a banana duck is an animal. Officially, but... A yellow ink, just like a straight up yellow. I do love yellow inks very much. Okay. I do love yellow inks very much. I'm also thinking like Niagara Peach from the pen show. You know what I mean? I haven't used this ink yet. This is the Mont Blanc Legend of Zodiacs. It's not mine. I stole it from someone. It's mine now. This is why I have no friends. It's because I'm a jerk. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I have lots of friends. I just don't steal from the ones who like me. You know what? I only steal from my enemies because they deserve it. It sounds like it's their fault, not me. Okay, I have put... Cindy, you may have come in clutch with that suggestion. I have put a yellow ink in here. So I think that was the most simple and wisest choice. Okay. Okay, the animals. We've got raccoon. I love raccoons. They're such jerks, and it's so funny. At least the raccoons around here. Giraffes, guinea pigs. I also love guinea pigs. I follow so many guinea pig accounts. It's a bit disturbing. Yes. Okay, turtles. Turtles. Interesting. Baby turtles are adorable. Okay, I have to tell you a turtle story. My cousins in Florida have an outdoor pond, and they had a turtle. His name was Bernard. He was 3 years old. He was with them for years. I really loved Bernard. And then I'd gone to visit, spent a couple weeks there. I came back home, and my cousin messages me and says, I have really bad news. Bernard ran away. Turns out Bernard didn't run away. He got eaten by something, and that was her kind way of telling me Bernard was gone, but not that he met a grisly death. So there's that. Meerkat, adorbs. I also follow a couple meerkat accounts, which is weird. Birds. You like birds that much? Okay. Okay, I like birds. Not that much, but I follow bird accounts. I might be weird. I don't like wombats. I don't think they're cute. No offense. I'm sorry. How dare you? How is it not real if you have stickers? Oh, gosh. Axolotl. John, I share your concerns. This might be the end of the Gourmet Pen Shop. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I love rabbits. I used to have rabbits. Okay. Okay. We've got things to draw. I know. It's almost 11, but that's fine. We're going to draw these anyway. Let's draw a raccoon. This nib is delightful, by the way. But we're going to draw a raccoon. Oh, wait. I don't want to close that. I want to do this. So we're going to keep this piece of paper. We are going to get... I know, I should have this ready to go, but I don't. I don't want to use... This is why I need paper. I'm going to draw them on here, but they're going to draw them on this side. So we're going to do a raccoon. Okay, a raccoon. They are the bandits. Now that I think about it, I forget what their ears look like. So this is not looking right. They have noses. They have tons of whiskers. They're wearing a little mask. The ones around here are very rotund. This looks like a wombat. They have little fingers. Okay. Little feet. No, this is not a raccoon. And they have big fluffy tails. It's gonna be promising. Capybaras are adorable. Okay, I'm not gonna add it to my list because the list is long, but you gave yourself a zoo encounter with a hornbill. Hornbills are terrifying. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's amazing. Here's a giraffe. They have very long necks and very big hearts, but they could be jerks, apparently, so their hearts don't help them not be a jerk. But that's pretty recognizable. This does not look like a raccoon. That looks like a chinchilla with a fat tail. A guinea pig. They are basically just a potato with big eyes. And they have ears. And they have tic tacs for feet. It's a good guinea pig, right? It's a dress-up squirrel. That is correct. Thank you. A turtle is a turtle with a head and feet. And a tail, and a cool pattern on its shell sometimes. Yeah. Okay. That's close. Wait, maybe I should have done a turtle eyes. I don't know. Okay, a meerkat. They're adorable. They have big eyes and furry noses and little ears, and they kind of like their necks go into their bodies. And they have little tummies, and they stand on their feet with their little tails. That wasn't bad. I don't know if it's a meerkat, but... a bird. A raccoon is a mapache in Spanish. It comes from the Aztec language. Wow. Thank you, Pertnux. Thank you. Thank you. That does help. That is very cool. Mapache, the one who takes everything in its hands, and that's literally what raccoons do, right? They touch everything. I might be a raccoon. A wombat? No, I'm not drawing that. It's creepy. An axolotl, they have eyes, they have like frilly little gills, and they have a little smile. And then they have a weird tubular body, and they also have giant anatomy. Thank you, Penexer. I appreciate that. It looks... And he's standing up with his little tummy. That's an axolotl, so good luck. And then a rabbit. Oh no, now I'm panicking. I could do a rabbit. Okay, we got a rabbit. They have cute faces. They have noses. They have big ears. Or they can have big ears. This is looking like a kangaroo. Oh no. Okay. This rabbit is so badly proportional. Annabelle, are you serious? You've never seen a raccoon in real life? I literally have face-offs with raccoons at the deck door. They come up to the back door because they're fearless. And they're huge. Like 30 pounds of raccoon, which is incredible. They're very heavy. It's terrifying, but fascinating. This is the worst. Okay, please help me decide what is the worst drawing here. Which one looks the worst? It's got to be the raccoon, right? But the axolotl's pretty bad. Quite possibly. The rabbit's pretty bad too. So that's my art. I'll never be hired as an artiste for any reason. Okay, let's just write a bit more with my monarch. Yeah, this is good. I find the writing experience with the Monarch is more enjoyable if you're using a slimmer pen. I don't know if that's just me. I have a lot of thicker pens and a lot of slimmer pens, but I find that the slimmer ones and the smaller ones, like the ones that aren't as heavy in general, just suit the writing experience better. Okay, draw capital B. Add an ear on top. An eye in the an eye in the first hump. Add a foot in the bottom hump. Is that any better? Sorry. Oh gosh. John, that is a brilliant suggestion. I still executed it questionably. But, yeah. No, it's okay, Annabelle. I don't remember seeing raccoons in the Netherlands either. There was a lot of, like, birds. And like, Dutch people, but, you know. There's more people than animals, I think. In the Netherlands, we were on a hike once, and I got beamed by a giant Labrador retriever. Like, it was running in the forest that we went to, and it just slammed into the backs of my shins, so I guess my calves, and I just wiped out. Like, it was so big. I don't think I've ever seen a bigger retriever in my life. So, this is so cute. Yeah, I'm not an artist, and I don't ever claim to be, but somehow it's funnier when they're terrible, but still recognizable, I think. But I'm really into my giraffes. Like, I feel that's good. But the meerkat's pretty good, too. Like, I could do a cartoon based on my meerkats. So, yeah. Well, John, your teacher, Mrs. Barnhart, has now passed on this legacy through you and now to me. And now I'm going to teach my nieces how to do this. I can get them to sit still long enough for me to teach them. Okay, I'm going to just do one more rabbit before we go. I'm going to add a nose and then some whiskers. And then we'll give them sweet little ears. And then a little tail. That does not look like feet in this way that I have drawn. I'm making it worse. So anyway, anyway, I'm gonna wrap up now because I don't want to take up all your time, and also this is just supposed to be like a chill, sunny hangout, so that we're not doing this for hours. But at some point, it's probably gonna become hours, and we're just gonna draw animals. Okay. Or it could be a carrot with a face. So, okay. Thank you everyone for joining. I know it was very last minute, but I really appreciate it. I really appreciate, yeah, I wanted to pick me up today, so I'm very glad that we did this. And I will put links to everything that is explorable. And thank you all for coming. I just, you want it? I take up all your time forever. I could do that. Yeah, thank you. I'm online, like, you know where to find me, and if you have suggestions of stuff that you would like me to do or play with, please let me know. I will happily entertain ideas and accept requests for the most part. So I hope you guys have a nice evening or day or rest of your day, or like possibly go to sleep because it's 5 a.m. where you are. Just saying, some people in the room. And I love you very much, and please take care of yourselves, and I'm very grateful for all of you. So thank you. Well, we'll see you next time. Okay, bye.